How are you looking to bet the College World Series now that we're down to the final two teams? It'll be Oklahoma taking on Ole Miss.
I'm very likely to bet Ole Miss to win the College World Series final. So curious what the market will open at. My understanding would be that Oklahoma would be favored by more than what would happen in like a vacuum because they've had time off and Ole Miss has had to play these two games, or had to play a second game, I should say, today against Arkansas, like a winner take all, which Oklahoma didn't have to do. And both teams have been great like through the entire tournament. I think Ole Miss has been the best team like statistically through the entire tournament. I think they've kind of beaten more teams that probably were rated higher along the way, but I'm sure it's a little close. So for that reason, I kind of like them anyway, and I think they won't get as much credit because of the fatigue thing. Like the broadcast was hammering that yesterday. If they feel that way, then I have to believe like that'll be reflected in the betting market somehow. And then the other thing is just historically, there's like a sort of I like to do some team profile stuff just because I think it helps about like you know what does a champion usually look like, even in a tournament as wacky as this one where random teams win all the time. Ole Miss just fits way more of the historical qualifiers than Oklahoma does. Now Arkansas fit them all. That's one of the reasons I liked them so much when there were 16 teams left. But Ole Miss definitely fits way more than Oklahoma does. So it'll be interesting. It's not like my favorite bet or something that I love more than everything else, but I think it might be worth something. I got to see what the market opens at to know for sure, but I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty close series price with both teams. Every college baseball game has been lined very closely so far, and this isn't even a specific game, so it won't move on pitching action, like who ends up being announced as the starter. But yeah, in a best 2 out of 3, if Ole Miss is ever a dog, or like a very small favorite, I think they would be worth something against Oklahoma, and I will most likely bet them.
There you have it. Ken's take on the College World Series final with Ole Miss set to take on Oklahoma. Our hearts breaking for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Pour one
Oh,
out.
that was tough. I really thought they were going to do it. I really did,
Uh,
but before the
the
game,
the kid from Ole Miss, DeLucia,
yeah,
was like, I mean,
he's
complete
awesome.
game shutout,
Yeah.
like ridiculous, ridiculous stuff too.